There are two people who walk into a dealership and buy the exact same Toyota Camry on the exact same day. Same engine, same transmission, same everything. Fast forward 10 years and their stories couldn't be more different. One of them is still driving that car past 400,000 miles, original engine untouched, still smooth, still reliable. The other is back at a dealership, frustrated, shopping for a replacement after a major failure at just 110,000 miles. Same car, completely different outcomes. And here's the part most people get wrong. It's not luck. It's not getting a good one. It's a handful of habits, small decisions repeated over years that either quietly protect the car or slowly destroy it. The problem is, most drivers either don't know these habits, don't take them seriously, or were actively misled about them from the beginning. These are the 10 habits that actually determine how long your car lasts, and the first one is where the misinformation begins. Number 1. Stop following the factory oil change schedule. If you open the owner's manual for most modern Japanese cars, you'll see oil change intervals listed somewhere between 7,000 and 10,000 miles. On paper, that sounds great. Fewer service visits, lower maintenance costs, better ownership experience. But that number isn't designed for longevity. It's designed for marketing. Manufacturers want their cars to look inexpensive to maintain during the warranty period. That's what sells cars. But the engineers setting those intervals are not optimizing for a 400,000-mile lifespan. They're optimizing for cost perception. The people who actually push engines to extreme mileage follow a very different rule. They change oil every 5,000 miles, not sometimes, every single time. High-mileage legends, including million-mile Toyotas and Hondas, all shared this habit: consistent oil changes using full synthetic oil and a quality filter. No stretching intervals, no guessing. Because oil doesn't just lubricate, it carries away heat, contaminants, and microscopic metal particles. Let it sit too long and those contaminants start doing damage you can't see until it's too late. 5,000 miles isn't overkill, it's protection. Number 2. Lifetime transmission fluid is a myth. This is one of the most damaging ideas ever introduced into modern car ownership, the concept of lifetime transmission fluid. It sounds reassuring, it sounds convenient, and it's completely misleading. Lifetime doesn't mean the life of the car. It means the life of the warranty. After that, the manufacturer has no stake in what happens next. Transmission fluid breaks down over time. Heat, friction, and contamination degrade its ability to lubricate and protect internal components. And unlike engine oil, many modern cars don't even give you a dipstick to check it, making it easy to ignore. But ignoring it is exactly how transmissions fail early. The people who get the longest life out of their cars follow a simple routine: drain and refill the transmission fluid every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Not a full power flush, just a controlled partial replacement that keeps the system clean without disturbing internal debris. This is especially critical for vehicles equipped with CVT transmissions, like many older Nissan Altimas and Nissan Sentra models. These transmissions are sensitive, and neglecting fluid changes dramatically shortens their lifespan. A few $100s in maintenance can prevent a $4,000 failure. Number 3. Flush coolant and replace the thermostat together. Coolant is one of those fluids people rarely think about until something goes wrong. Over time, coolant becomes acidic. It starts corroding internal engine components slowly and silently. You won't notice it while it's happening. You'll notice it when your temperature gauge spikes and your engine overheats. A coolant flush every 50,000 miles prevents that. But here's the habit that separates careful owners from smart ones: replace the thermostat at the same time. The thermostat controls the flow of coolant through the engine. If it fails, especially if it sticks closed, the engine can overheat in minutes. And overheating doesn't just cause inconvenience, it causes serious damage like warped cylinder heads or blown head gaskets. The cost difference is staggering. A thermostat might cost $25. A major engine repair can cost thousands. Every coolant service is an opportunity to eliminate that risk completely. Number 4. Know if you have a timing belt or timing chain. This is basic information, but surprisingly, most drivers don't know the answer for their own car, and it can make the difference between routine maintenance and total engine failure. A timing belt is made of rubber and has a strict replacement interval, usually around 90,000 miles. If it snaps, the engine can suffer catastrophic internal damage instantly. Valves bend, pistons collide, and the engine is effectively destroyed. A timing chain, on the other hand, is metal and typically lasts the life of the engine if properly maintained. The problem is many popular engines, especially older V6 models, still use timing belts, and when owners don't replace them on time, the failure isn't gradual, it's immediate and expensive. If your car has a belt, replacing it on schedule isn't optional, it's critical. Number 5. Brake fluid needs to be changed, even if no one tells you. Brake fluid doesn't get much attention, but it plays a crucial role in safety. What most people don't realize is that brake fluid absorbs moisture over time. This lowers its boiling point and introduces corrosion into the braking system. At first, everything feels normal, but under heavy braking, especially in extreme conditions, that moisture can cause the fluid to boil, leading to a sudden loss of braking power. A brake fluid flush every 3 years prevents this. It's a simple service that protects not just your car, but your safety. And while you're at it, maintaining components like caliper pins with proper lubrication can prevent uneven wear and costly repairs later. It's a small investment with serious long-term benefits. Number 6. Never let your fuel tank drop too low. It sounds like a minor habit, but it has real consequences. Over time, fuel tanks accumulate sediment, tiny particles of dirt, rust, and residue. When the tank gets low, the fuel pump starts pulling from the very bottom, drawing that sediment into the system. That contamination can clog injectors and wear out the fuel pump prematurely. Keeping the tank above a quarter reduces that risk significantly. It also helps keep the fuel pump properly cooled, since many pumps rely on fuel itself for temperature control. Fuel pump replacements aren't cheap, and on some cars, accessing the pump requires removing the entire tank. Avoiding that cost can be as simple as not running on empty. Number 7. The first 5 minutes of driving matter the most. Most engine wear doesn't happen on long highway drives. It happens right after you start the car. When an engine is cold, oil hasn't fully circulated yet. Components are not at optimal temperature, and the fuel mixture is richer than usual. All of this increases wear during those first few minutes. The solution isn't to let the car idle for long periods. Modern engines don't need that. Instead, start the car, give it 30 to 60 seconds, and then drive gently. Keep engine speeds low and avoid aggressive acceleration until everything warms up. This simple habit reduces long-term wear more than most people realize. Number 8. Protect your car from rust before it starts. You can do everything right mechanically and still lose a car to rust. In regions where roads are salted during winter, corrosion becomes a serious threat. It doesn't just affect appearance, it weakens structural components. Once rust takes hold, it spreads quickly. Preventing it is far easier than fixing it. Annual undercoating, regular washing during winter months, and addressing paint damage early can dramatically extend the life of the vehicle's body and frame. Ignoring it can turn an otherwise reliable car into something unsafe and unsalvageable. Number 9. Always use the correct fluids. Not all fluids are interchangeable. Even if a product claims compatibility, that doesn't mean it meets the exact specifications your vehicle was designed for. Transmissions, in particular, are sensitive to fluid composition. Using the wrong type can lead to slipping, shuddering, and long-term internal wear. The safest approach is simple. Use manufacturer-specified fluids whenever possible. For engine oil, focus on the correct viscosity and standard, but for transmission fluid, coolant, and other specialized fluids, precision matters more than saving a few dollars. Shortcuts here often lead to expensive consequences. Number 10. Fix problems immediately, not eventually. This is the habit that ties everything together. Every major repair starts as something small, a strange noise, a slight vibration, a minor leak. Ignore it, and it grows. Address it early, and it stays manageable. High-mileage owners all share the same mindset. They don't wait. The moment something feels off, they investigate and fix it. Because the math is simple. A $150 repair today can prevent a $3,000 repair tomorrow. And over the life of a car, those decisions add up. Keeping a vehicle running for hundreds of thousands of miles isn't about avoiding maintenance. It's about managing it intelligently. When you spread those costs over the total distance driven, it often becomes far cheaper than constantly replacing vehicles. Final thoughts. The difference between a car that dies early and one that lasts for decades isn't hidden. It's not complicated, and it's not out of reach. It's habits, small, consistent actions that protect the machine over time. The people who get 400,000 or even 500,000 miles out of their cars aren't doing anything magical. They're just doing the right things over and over again, while most people don't. And once you understand that, you realize something important. The car you already own might be capable of going much farther than you ever expected, but only if you treat it like it can.